Now we are entering the world of Mystic. Wow, wow, wow. John, what do we have here at the Fort Lauderdale show?
Come on aboard. This is our 38-footer, and then we'll get to our 42-footer in just a second. But
38, yep. And the other one is?
42.
42-footer, so if they're going to want to go ahead and see both, oh, that has quad 450s, and this has quad 300s?
This one's quad 300s. We've been building that one since about 2015. We've been building this since 2018. We came from a background of all race boats and everything, so we've kind of transitioned into the performance outboard center console market. It's been fantastic for us.
I've been digging this particular boat. I love the color scheme. I think it's so different. So let's go ahead and walk the boat. Where do you want to start?
Oh, we can start in the, why don't we start in the front and we'll work our way back.
Wow.
So both 30 and the 42 use the same center console. So the front loungers and everything are the same on both boats. We have a windlass covered up in the front there. You have access here to your windlass, and then there's a wash down shower here. And then there's another one as well in the back of the boat. And then you have your fender and dockline storage. Fender and dockline storages. So it's one central area. So everybody can go here to get fenders, and they know where it goes back into also. And then everything can dry as it hangs in here. Access to your bow thrusters down in there. We have storage under both seats up in the front here. That's dry storage on board. And then you also have storage in the center console here. Great place for shoes, towels, things like that. And then the center armrest flips down, so you have two cup holders here if you just have two people on board here. Another stereo control there. Three-zone stereo system in it, so you have a forward zone for everybody up in the front of the boat. You have another area for the helm, for the center of the boat, and then another zone in the back for your passengers in the back of the boat. Full three-person seating with that flipped up. And then we have an easy entry cabin. So you have a head right in here, you have a sink area, mirror, and then a quayside berth in here, and then this whole area here lifts up for storage underneath the berth in here too. We can do air conditioning on board in either the 42 or the 38 on inverter or generator. Plenty of headroom in here. We've got over 6 foot of headroom down in the cabins. So they're very comfortable for weekending, just a quick overnight.
So the cabin on the 42 is exactly the same as this one?
It's a little bit longer. You'll see the layout's a little bit different because this is one area where we lost a little bit of the length in the boat.
Okay.
Mainly it lost floor space and a little bit in the cabin. So we've rearranged a little bit. The 42 has a little bit more space in the cabin.
Is the beam the same?
The 38 is a little bit narrower. We're at 10.6 on the 38. It's 10.10 on the 42.
Okay.
And then the whole boat is about 8 inches lower. It's about 4 inches lower gunnel height on the 38 over the 42 in the cockpit here, but it's still plenty deep. Very secure for children and families on board. The dashes are pretty much the same on either boat. 22-inch screens. We option basically from 17s all the way up to 24s, whatever preference you have on it. Single vessel view for Mercury in the center, so you've got all your engine gauges right front and center there. This is actually a phone mount and a charger in the center here. Bow thruster controls, everything's very well ergonomically laid out with the Mercury controls, tilt steering wheel. Basically 3-level seating. You've got a leaning post here, so you've got thicker cushion down on the floor here. You can lean. You can also flip this down. You can sit up on here, and then some people even enjoy sitting up on the top of it here for the maximum visibility. More storage on the floor on either side back here. This is a slide-out cooler version in this one here. We can do this a number of different ways. We can do it as a double row bolster. We have 3 in the front, 2 in the back. We do a slide-out cooler like this is here. So you get rear-facing seating on it, and then the cooler slides in, and then you can actually ride here with handhold forward on it. Storage in here.
Can you slide that cooler in so they can see that? So you just opened it up a lot. You get a lot more space.
You can stand here easily while you're riding on the boat. It leaves a lot more area for walking around here. And then when you're done running, you can slide the cooler back out and you've got an entertainment area in the back of the boat.
And if you wanted to put these seats down as well, you can do that as well.
Yep.
Awesome. And you got some rear seating here as well?
Yep. Best seat in the house right there with the lounger on the outboard side there. Very comfortable. This has access down to your bilge, where all of your start batteries, your start battery chargers, everything is down in the bilge down in there. If it's a Seakeeper equipped boat, it also goes down in the bilge there, which this one isn't, but our 42 that we'll look at has Seakeeper. Also. This is only our second quad engine version of this boat. This boat runs out of the factory about 76 miles an hour with the quad 300s on it.
76, almost 80 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So you guys are staying true to your racing heritage.
Yeah, our slowest boats are about 70 miles an hour. So pretty much everything we range anywhere from 70 to hovering just under 90 miles an hour with our center consoles at this point. All mercury powered. This is the new 300 horse V8s that came out a few years ago. And then we have the supercharged version, the 450 horsepower on the 42.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the 42. I'll tell you, John, right now it's going to be hard to convince me to swap from the 38, but I think these 450s quad Mercuries are starting to tilt me towards this boat. I mean, sell me, make it happen.
These engines are just fantastic. You know, they came out last summer. Mystic was one of the first boat builders to have the 450s. We put them on our outboard cats as well as our center consoles. The amazing thing with them is, you know, there's virtually no more maintenance on this 450 horsepower outboard than there is on that 300 horsepower outboard. There's no downside to it whatsoever operationally, and the power out of these is just, it's mind-boggling. How fast this boat will accelerate at over 16,000 pounds. With fuel, we're approaching 18,000 pounds, and it'll accelerate to 80 miles an hour in a second.
So this one's already going to 80 miles an hour.
Yep, this one will run out of the factory, run 86 to 88 miles an hour with the quad 450s on it. This is our factory demo 42, so it's absolutely loaded. We've got pretty much every box checked on this boat. We've got the slide-out cooler. This one has the double roll bolster on it. So we have more storage in here for using it for day-to-day dry storage in there. Same access down on the floor there. This boat actually does have the Seakeeper on it.
Oh, nice.
So we put a Seakeeper 3 in the 42, we put a Seakeeper 2 in the 38. Both DC operated, so you don't need a generator on board to run your Seakeeper. Back seating layout is pretty much the same as on the 38 with your front-facing lounger and then the seating over there. Trunk behind it for even more storage in the back of the boat. Same floor storage on either side. And then this boat, you can actually seat 6 under roof. We have a 7-foot high hardtop in the center here. So
that's an option.
Standard, the hardtop standard on every single boat. But this seating layout with the double roll bolster, you have 8 people under roof in shade or out of the sun and rain. Like I said, the helm is pretty much laid out exactly the same on this boat versus that. The hardtops on both boats, from the gunnel line up, are all full carbon fiber. Coming from our racing heritage, all of our race boats are carbon fiber.
Wow.
This is full carbon. Our windshield supports are full carbon fiber also, with a windshield all the way to the roof. We have wind abatement doors on either side of the boat. One of the biggest difficulties with these boats is the wind because they're so open, which is great for people moving around on the boat.
Especially now.
So we basically have a relatively blunt windshield, and then we have the flares on the side. What we're trying to do with that is knock the wind out and around the boat so it doesn't come in and affect the people in there. To knock the wind tunnel down that's coming down through here, we have these doors that open up and flip into the side here. So that knocks down all of the wind that's coming down through here to make it a very comfortable ride. Because we cruise, you know, between 45 and 65 miles an hour on this boat, so you want to be as comfortable as possible. So up in the front of the boat, you can see we have a little bit more room on the 42 than the bow of the boat here. This boat has our front-facing loungers on it, which is somewhat new to us. It has the same storage there, very comfortable lounging in the front, and then it actually has a table here that you can put in the front for snacks or something up in the front of the boat, and they can also be mounted in the cabin too.
Very nice.
So the cabin layout on this one's a little bit different. We moved the head over here, a little bit larger galley area in here, a little bit more headroom. And the berth is basically the same with a little bit less storage in the center there, but it does have storage on the outboard sides under the cushions in there. A little bit more cabinet storage in the 42. It's really just a matter of, how big of a boat do you want and how do you boat. If you're like an Atlantic boater with a lot of big offshore waves and things like that, we tend to build the 42 a little bit more for that. With the 38, it's probably a little bit more Lake Bay and maybe a Gulf Coast boat.
So where can they go, John, to find out more information on these boats?
Our website's mysticpowerboats.com. Our factory is up in DeLand, Florida, which is just west of Daytona Beach. We're 20 miles west of the Speedway. So we have information on our website, or feel free to get in touch with us to explore a new build on either a 38 or a 42. We do have some used boats in stock we've taken back on trade when customers want to refresh their 42s and go to a new boat.
Well, guys, you saw it over here on Alfred Montaner's channel. You also saw it on Monsters at the Show, the Mystic. John, thank you so much for showing me this beautiful product.
Thank you. Have a great day.